It's the big story this morning. 2 more trucks have been set alight overnight. In fact, the latest torchings happened in Empangeni in KwaZulu-Natal. According to police, the trucks were targeted as they queued on the N2 freeway. A group of armed men allegedly forced the drivers out of their vehicle and robbed them before destroying the trucks. The KZN spokesperson, or the transport spokesperson, is Ncalane, who joins us now via our telephone line. Kwanele, it's great to have you on the program. Thanks for making time. I mean, how is this latest incident informing your response to the ongoing crisis around the attacking of trucks in the province?
Good morning, Ayanda, and good morning to all the viewers at home. We are hugely disappointed as the provincial government of KwaZulu-Natal by the fact that there is this continuous torching and attacks on truck drivers and trucks themselves, which is causing quite a huge devastation to the economy of the province. But also it is a pure act of criminality that needs to be dealt with. We are, however, encouraged by the fact that the police and the provincial commissioner in the province, they've assigned a high-level task team that is dealing with the investigation of these cases. To us, it looked like a very organized crime and syndicate that is causing this mayhem. And we want to see them arrested very soon so that we are able to bring this to an end. And we will be working with the police, community structures, and various other agencies, including municipalities. We have activated municipalities and traffic in the province to be on standby as well 24 hours as part of the monitoring and the patrol of all highways to make sure that we are able to put an end to this, but also to arrest the perpetrators.
Sure. I mean, you say you're encouraged by this task team, but what has it really been able to achieve since it was established?
The provincial commissioner has just assembled this task team after the Sunday's incident in Fandren and Pass. We were hoping that there will be no further incidents. Hence, we are saying we are disappointed that there is this one now on the N2. There was also another one outside the province, I think in Mpumalanga yesterday, which might not be related or might be related, but it seems as if the modus operandi of these criminals is changing. Remember that previously they would target areas like Moy River. When the trucks have just crossed the toll gate, they will then attack the truck, take the driver out and set the truck alight. Now it's a different ball game altogether. We've got people who are now heavily armed attacking these trucks, and they seem to be very organized. There is work that is being done at various levels, and we are hoping that we will be able to get to the bottom of this.
Yeah, but I mean, besides this latest intervention on Sunday, my understanding is that about a year ago, the trucking industry task team was actually put together. There was an interministerial committee with 11 points around how to respond to this particular crisis. Some of the other stakeholders we've spoken to say actually none of those points have been adhered to. So how confident really should we be that all these different task teams, these focus groups that are being put together, are actually going to arrest the situation finally?
Well, the interministerial team, which we are part of as a provincial government, has done a lot of work working with the industry. There are a number of areas that we identify, like you have said, where we've made progress. Department of Labour had their own task in terms of their own mandate, and they have been conducting random visits and inspections to these companies. In fact, as the Department of Transport in the province, we set up an operation which started sometime last year. It's still continuing even today. There's a targeted enforcement in the province that is targeting trucks on the N3 and N2, looking at the issues of driver documentation, looking at the defects in the trucks, looking at the fitness of the trucks to be on the road. So we are attending to all those matters, but it's a fact that some of them requires the industry themselves as well to play their part, because it is not government that is employing foreign drivers. It is the trucking industry themselves. Therefore, it's important that we all work together, but also make sure that individually and collectively we are able to play our role in ensuring that all those matters that were raised are addressed. But like I say, that these things seem to be changing tactics, because previously we knew that we were dealing with truck drivers. But this time around, it seems to be a bit different, because we are dealing with a syndicate of criminals who are heavily armed, who are robbing drivers of their belongings and set the truck. So it's a different act altogether. We do not want at this stage to conclude that it is the truck drivers who are behind these criminal acts. However, there seems to be a correlation to what was happening before and what is happening right now.
I mean, as a member of this interministerial task team, how are you measuring your success in a context where the very reason why this task team was put together, which is to stop the violence in the sector, continues?
Well, we will recall that we've had quite a long time where we've not had such incidents on our highways. In fact, it's been more than a year, if I'm not mistaken. We have not had such incidents, because we've opened the doors of engagement. Remember, finding solutions to such a problem is not only the work of government, but it's the work of all of us in the sector. Like I say, there are certain responsibilities that rest with the truck owners, that rest with the freight and logistics as a sector as a whole. But there is work that is with government as well, where we've done a lot of interventions, Home Affairs, Labour, Police, Provincial Government. We've done our part. Obviously, we are not where we wanted to be, but there's progress, and we are making inroads in terms of addressing some of the matters which were raised as concerned by truck drivers. And we will be continuing with those engagements, because if you are addressing a problem that has been with us for years, you can't then be able to address it overnight, but it's going to require a gradual and a phased approach where we are able to deal with matters. What I think might have been the omission is the continuation of those engagements, so that we are able to keep each other updated in terms of what each party has done in terms of their own task and own mandate to address some of the issues that were brought and agreed to on the table.
Kwanele Ncalane is the spokesperson of the Transport Department in KwaZulu-Natal. Thanks very much indeed for giving us the department's reaction to this developing story around 2 more trucks being torched, this time in Empangeni in KwaZulu-Natal.